Okay, welcome back. It's GD Gypsy here with a funny little guide on Yakuza 4. Behind me here is EX Baseball at the batting center of Yakuza 4. And as you're doing batting, you'll notice that you're uncovering pictures of a sexy woman in the background. So you might be wondering, well, how many pinup posters are there? There's 7 total. But you might be wondering, hey, which ones do I have or don't have? Obviously it says the number, but you can't really tell because it doesn't show like the number of pictures, right? And I didn't find any guides on this online because I was trying to do it myself. It was super annoying. So I'm gonna make a really quick guide here, real quick for YouTube, and I guess I'll cut this out of the Twitch. Like when I upload this to YouTube, I'll cut this out of the main recording. Anyway, the first one here, her ass is up in the air. That's pretty obvious. What I usually do with all these, as I'm trying to uncover them, because it's randomized completely on which one shows up on the top. So you hit the baseball bat, or the baseball with the baseball bat, right? Hit in the top left corner. Ideally, get the four corner shit in the top left, and then it should uncover something. So if you're here, it'd uncover a bit of her ass, and you'd be able to tell right away that it's this one, because no other pinup poster looks like this, even close. Um, Number two looks like this. And the details to pay attention to here is her shoulder is a little bit above her head. And also her hands don't have gloves on them, and they're going towards her head. That's like the key one, is they're both kind of going towards her face. Also, she has that crisscross outfit, right? But there's so many of these that have the crisscross outfit that like that alone isn't enough. So the fact that like she's laying down, her shoulder is up above her head, and the fact that their arms have no gloves and going towards her face, so that's an easy way to tell. On this one, this is another one that looks really unique. No other one looks like this at all. Her outfit's unique. Obviously, the pose is unique, where you can see her ass the way you do. But the ones I would see if I were to hit top left corner, which is usually the one I went for, is the fact that her arm is up, like, it almost looks like she's scratching her head. It's going up to her head, right? And then the bottom one, like the other arm, is going just below her knee. So that'd be the way to find out. Obviously, too, the way, like how pronounced her high heels are, would be another way to find out. Obviously, the pattern of her of the bottom there being stripes is another giveaway. But that's like generally like the what you'd want to look for as you're uncovering it, because ideally you're uncovering these, and then you're seeing off the first couple hits whether or not it's the one you have or not. And if you don't, then keep going for it. But if you do, then like close out and get into another match. Pinup poster 4 is this one. This one's pretty unique in that her finger is going up towards her face slash her lips. No other one has that type of thing. Again, she's also got that crisscross type of outfit, but that doesn't really matter. So the finger towards the lips, and it's definitely pinup poster 4 if you see that. Pinup poster 5, she's smiling. Her shoulder is below her head. Her head's higher than her shoulder. And then, yeah, she's kind of leaned over, but mainly it's the smiling and the fact that her head's above the shoulder. You notice on this one, her head's above her shoulder too, but she's not really smiling. Um, but yeah. Also, she doesn't have gloves in number 4 or number 5. Number 6 rolls around and she has gloves for number 6. Her shoulder is higher than her head, but also she has gloves on, like I said. She has a crisscross outfit, which doesn't really matter that much. And then her arm is kind of bent in almost like a claw-like fashion. So that's what you would see if you were to like hit the top left corner right away, as you'd see her hand like that. And number 7, you'll notice, looks very similar to number 2. So again, the shoulder is above her head, so you'll be able to tell that way. Both of these take up a large part of the screen, and number 2 is actually the one I had the trouble with the longest, because I had assumed every time I was uncovering it that they looked the same, or that these were the same ones, but they're not. So the key differences here are that she's wearing gloves in this one, whereas the previous one she is not wearing gloves. And in 7, not only is she wearing gloves, but she's crossing her arms over her stomach. Whereas in this one, her arms are going up towards her head. So that's the main, like, really key difference you would see in between those two. So hopefully that helps in your pin-up poster guide if you're trying to do this yourself. None of this is required for 100% completion, like at all, whether it be for trophies or just in-game 100% completion. But this is listed under valuables, and it is a collectible you can get in the game. So if you've been looking for that, I didn't see a guide anywhere, so this is hopefully a guide that helps you. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, yada yada bullshit for YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, follow or whatever the fuck. I don't know, whatever.